bitch. Y'all pussy wide, cause I been that bitch.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Back.
It's your girl, Camille.
And Carmen. Sorry, I didn't know we were like doing it. I thought it was going to be like, hey. Hi, guys.
At it again with another freaking video.
And audio.
Child, let's get into it, girl.
Yes. Let me find my outline because why is it gone?
Look who has their sign up today, video viewers, because someone had to remind themselves to put it up since she didn't have a real friend.
Period. Like they be saying at work, be empowered.
Girl.
Girl.
Since she didn't have a real friend to remind
there you
her.
Go. Be empowered and do it yourself.
Girl, F you.
All righty. What is tea this week, hun?
What tea, girl?
So, Miss Cassie, Diddy's ex, because what is her last name? Cassie is reportedly.
I'm gonna Google that.
Her last name now that she's married is Fine.
Really?
Yeah, because her boyfriend, who used to be Diddy's trainer, is Alex Fine.
Oh, well, her last name used to be Ventura.
Oh, okay. Cassie Ventura. Okay, I did know that. I knew that. Okay, so Cassie Ventura Fine, even though that's probably not her full name now. Anywho, she reportedly is cooperating with the feds in investigating Diddy. The outlets say Cassie has been in talks with the feds for several weeks, and that the timing would place Cassie's conversations with them before the raids on Diddy's rumors. Oh, wait. On Diddy's home.
What?
I don't know. Trying to do the accent and read. They say multitasking doesn't exist, so there was that. But yeah, I'm not really surprised by this information because, I mean, yeah, who knows how long they've been developing this case. Normally, if something like that happens, like raiding of a house, they've been looking into you for some time. So she's only been working with them for years.
I agree. I feel like it was, of course, shocking to us. Well, wasn't even shocking to us when the home got raided because we had already been hearing about all this crazy stuff. So, really?
Girl, yes!
Girl, allegations of a sex ring, prostitution, drugging. You should have known that man's house is going to get raided. They want all the files, baby. All the documentation.
Stuff got settled outside the court. So I thought, everything was peaches and cream.
Girl, no, once that got alerted by the police and the federal agents, child, they not stopping till they take that man down, honey. And Carisha, girl, I see you doing your little club appearances, your hostings, I don't know if you're trying to stay far away from it, but I don't know. And I sent Carmen a picture she posted of herself yesterday, which was April the 3rd, and she was giving baps, and I was like, very fitting for the situation. But yeah, I'm not surprised that they got raided, and thanks for participating, Cassie. I guess I can't remember what I started off saying, so that's that on that.
Okay, bird. I mean, that's pretty much all we can give to the Diddy situation. Like, he turned it into Krishan and Blueface, which I was going to bring them up last week in my clapback when I changed my mind. I was going to say, like, oh my gosh, we haven't heard from them. Like, I had tweeted about it. I was like, knocks on wood, but like, I have not heard from them. And so I forgot about them. And then in the same breath of me tweeting that, somebody else did. So I had to say, oh no, I rebuke it. I rebuke that thought. I rebuke everything about it. Remove them back out of my mind because Lord Jesus, I do not want to go back down that path. So at this point, Diddy starting to give that type of vibe. So I don't know how much longer we reporting. If something crazy happened, then we will report. But like,
I was definitely gonna say I agree, because when I was redoing the outline for this week, I'm like, he was down at the bottom last week. I'm pretty sure he was at the top the week before. So I'm like, it is giving Krishana Blueface. Every week there's something. So yeah, like my homegirl said, we might have to stop recording and reporting.
Until something groundbreaking happens.
Yeah.
So next up, we got Zoe 101 actor Matthew Underwood breaks his silence. He played as Logan.
Yeah.
He breaks his silence following the Quiet on Set documentary and reveals that he was sexually assaulted at the age of 19 by his agent at the time. He says that the incident caused a betrayal of his trust and crushed his self-image, which ultimately ended his pursuit of acting. Well, that sounds normal. I mean, most of people, when something tragic happened, you don't see them in nothing else. It's like the peak of their career was when they was children, and after they get done being ran through and raw dogged and abused and beat up allegedly, they not the same. They start getting the piercings, they start the drug use, the tattoos, they start the drinking, they start behaving crazy, and they in and out the mental facility because it's just trauma that they never got therapy for, or learned how to just cope with it, or how to even just live, I guess, their emotions, express their emotions for whatever happened to them. So they suppress it, or they're probably told be quiet, or they suppress it because they scared that nobody would believe them, or maybe someone told them shut up and keep it to yourself. So they just start acting out, and it's just sad to see.
Yeah, definitely affects people when they don't discuss past traumas that have occurred in life. I have a couple clients now that we're trying to work through past trauma, and you can see like they don't express their emotions because when they did try to express them at a younger age, they were dismissed. So all types of things like that, you just have to be in a headspace and be in an environment where you can actually feel and deal with your emotions. So I'm glad that he took a step out of acting, because who knows, like if he was still with this coach, he probably still would have been abused, and he might have met other people that could have been abusive to him. So it's true, I haven't seen him in any other things that were released or anything like that. The latest thing that was released that he was in was that Zoe 101 movie, and yeah. And it looks like from the sounds of it, they lucky he even did the movie. So there's that.
That whole situation is interesting. I need to go do some digging, because that movie came out like last year, and then now like all of this is coming out this year. And Jeanette McCurdy's book came out probably like 2 years prior. I just think the whole thing is interesting, because I'm like, she definitely, like, even in the book, she says like they were doing the reboot to iCarly. Hell no, keep that thing, even though like the same people weren't working on it. I think overall, just like you're back in that space and with those characters and with the storyline, like how does it not bring up the trauma? So I'm very curious to know how it was for him being on set with all of them, especially Jamie Lynn, who she done had one of them niggas' kids allegedly. So, yeah, that's why the show was canceled.
I know the show was canceled because she was pregnant. I didn't know it was one of the people on set kids.
Child. One of them grown men, yes.
Messiana. And you know who kids were in that movie? In the Zoe 101 movie.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Hopefully the abusers weren't on set. But he was abused by his agent. So I guess he ain't really got no smoke with the actual show. So I guess that makes sense why he would still do the
sound like Zoe might have been consensual. I don't know. But technically it's not consent when you're underage.
The only reason why I don't know if it would be consensual is because, like, you just look at the dynamic of her family.
It's not consensual.
Like, yeah, because you got Brittany going through her stuff, and then like the dad is very hands-on and just I don't know.
It's not sure.
There's like a very thin line between like a caring parent, and just a little bit weird.
You know, them momagers and dadagers be weird. So
yeah, I think the dad managing a girl got a little weird. Young girls, I think that got a little weird. But like the momagers, I haven't really seen anything too bad about like momagers.
Yeah, no, just like they're pushy and
okay, yeah, that's like the biggest thing. Because now I'm thinking about back to the book, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, her mom was telling her like, shut up, do it. So the mom wasn't necessarily. Well, she was abusive. Okay, whatever. They all terrible. That's the end of the story.
Literally on to the next.
Yes, and lastly, in West T, Chance the Rapper and his wife, Kristen Corley, have decided to go their separate ways after 5 years of marriage. In a statement to her Instagram account, you know how they love to do what I tell y'all. I normally don't do this. Anyhow, she revealed that her and Chance have been separated and ultimately decided to part ways. Well, y'all know what started this.
What?
I think we all know what started it.
What?
Him at Carnival, getting that booty backed up.
Girl, please.
Dang, we ain't heard nothing about that damn relationship. He made a whole album dedicated to that girl. People on Twitter was like, dang, you sacrificed your career for this bitch. They was like, you need to get back in the lab, get back in the booth and go off. Because his last album very much was dedicated to her. The whole album was just like, I love my wife. I love my wife. This is how we met. You know, like she the mother of my children. Like, did my girl. And it flopped because nobody liked it. Yeah. I did like this one with Nicki because hello. So, like that. See, y'all don't even dang on know. But granted, Camille listen to anything.
Okay, but Camille did not even know that an album came out from him. The last thing I heard from him was what? When the kids was singing with him, child. When was that? 2016?
That might have been the album. Was that 5 years ago?
26. No, that was more than 5 years ago.
5 years ago was 20.
I think the album was called Book or something like that. Let's see. What's it called?
We about to get
oh, snap. Yeah, it was Coloring Book. That was 2016.
Okay, well, the one where it's the disc. Do they show his I don't know.
Album.
Show the other albums.
Oh, The Big Day. 2019.
Okay. That was 5 years. I mean, that was 9 years ago. So, okay. Whenever the twerking went off. When was he in Carnival?
Girl, it's 5 years ago, not 9.
No, I'm saying 9 years
other
ago.
One.
That other one. Yeah.
Okay.
That's where I was messing up at. But the point. Okay. He was out there look, I'm like, what the hell were we even discussing?
Girl, 'cause I couldn't help you.
Right. So he was out there at Carnival getting that wine, good wine from the dark-skinned woman. She was winding it up. And he was getting a little out of control, you know, a little handsy. I will say at first when I watched the video, there were no problems to me in the beginning. I was like, oh, you know, I think we reported on this low key. He was getting the wine. I think so. I think this was in tea one time. But he was getting some wine from the, I keep saying getting some wine like she's giving him
like
wine.
Some twerk.
She was dancing on him and winding up her pum pum. And, you know, it was normal. I was like, this is what happens at Carnival. From the videos I've seen, this will go down. But then towards the end, you know, he's like smacking on booty. He's like doing gestures that are giving. You get the picture. So, you know, at first she didn't say nothing about it. But then the video started going around and more people, of course, had to put their 2 cents in. And I think that just added some fuel to the fire. Apparently, they've been separated since that situation. Allegedly.
Wow.
Allegedly, yeah. So that
That's
sucks.
all
I
I'm
just feel like
saying.
they could have got past that,
Yeah, because it was literally just some twerk. Like they must ain't never been to Golden Glide. Cause what? they
And
so they must
they
ain't been to
ain't
Golden
been
Glide.
out
They ain't
yet.
been to the lock-in, got a little twerk or whatever. Because it literally divorcing because he got twerk is crazy.
Yeah, I agree.
And
But who knows? Maybe some other stuff happened that we don't know about.
this is
But
true.
that's
Now
really
say,
sad.
I've been seeing commercials of him on The Voice, and I'm like, oh, I think I low key want to watch it. But then this stuff got announced. I'm like, oh, maybe they coincided. Maybe they promoting The Voice real heavy because they want people to go over there because he got a divorce. So, who knows, child. But anywho, let's get into the 411. So if you didn't know, if you're living under a Rakiana, get up because Atlanta and the South have a long have long had what? I should have retyped this instead of copying and pasting, baby. But okay, let me stop reading. Atlanta got the highest rates of HIV, baby. I don't know what HIV stand for, and I'm not trying to find out. But yeah. Other sexually transmitted infections and chronic diseases in general. Atlanta, you're disgusting. New numbers revealed that Metro Atlanta had the third highest rate of new HIV diagnosis among U.S. metro areas in 2021. So yeah, a couple years ago we were 3. Now we're the highest. Please get it together. You got my cousins in Jamaica sending it to me like, what's going on? When we come up, are we gonna be safe? I'm like, baby, y'all gonna be fine. Everybody gonna be fine. Keep them legs closed. Keep them prayers up. I don't even want a man to look at me because y'all disgust me.
Oh my goodness. Well, okay. HIV stands for human immunodeficiency virus.
I said I didn't.
And it weakens a person's immune system by destroying important cells that fight diseases and infections.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
And if the HIV is not treated, that's when it leads to AIDS, which is acquired immunodeficiency. Oh, wait, where's the full thing at? They cut it off, y'all. I'm so sorry. Wait a minute. Because I done started. Oh, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. So
HIV and AIDS is not the same thing.
wait, you said, huh?
I said, okay, so HIV and AIDS is not the same thing.
No, but I mean, one leads to the other. So if it's not treated to the AIDS, and then that's when things get a little scary. But yeah, you should always be safe, regardless of like HIV and like other sexually transmitted diseases. One, spiritually, you should be protecting yourself because, like, that is a spiritual encounter. We're getting bound to one another. This is a soul tie. So,
feel that way.
Huh?
I say, some people don't feel that way.
Yeah. And honestly, I can see how, like, I really can. But like, I feel like with maturing and stuff, you kind of are just like, oh my goodness, no. So, but then there are also some people who are older who still just like, I don't care. Like, wide open, let's go. But overall, though, you should still be safe regardless of like sexual transmitted disease, just for your own personal reasons, and just because you just might not want to do that. But of course, the main thing is being safe and not transferring diseases, which I feel like it ain't really news that Atlanta is dirty. I mean, we got after hours places, there's sex clubs, there's sex parties, there's all types of in Atlanta. If you want to go find it, trust me, you will find it.
It's so crazy because one of my followers on Instagram posted today on her story, I'm pulling it up for you guys now, how people there was a report from WSB TV saying neighbors complained about people repeatedly having sex in parking lot of Atlanta adult business, and it's Tokyo Valentino
Oh,
Rotic. Then she said, LMFAO, I've seen a nigga getting his booty ate at the one off Piedmont. So I know that's the one they talking about. And can't forget about the downstairs rooms. LMFAO.
yeah.
Do not ask how I know. I just do. Not
Well,
her because that was in her close friends. And I didn't know till I just went and re-looked.
yeah, you just gotta pull up and you'll see what's going on. Because I think, yeah, the first time I went with some friends, we just went to, look at the sex store, get maybe a few things, and we saw there was a downstairs area, and I was like, oh, what's down there? And then one of our friends, who I guess had been here before, was like, oh, that's like the private rooms, and like it be going down, and the prostitutes and stuff. I was like, oh, okay, I don't want to be over there.
Not a prostitute.
All types of people be over there. So when I looked at some of the people who were going in that area, I was like, oh yeah, no thanks.
They was giving dirty.
They were looking a mess.
Aw, like Holiday Heart.
Just a mess.
Oh, okay.
Not crackheads. They just look a mess.
Look, I'm over here quoting movies I ain't never seen.
They look like they selling stuff. Girl, because why I didn't even know what you was talking about until you started doing the gesture. I'm like, thank God she was doing something, because I was sitting there like, what that is.
Okay, I see why it was a little delayed now. All right, and then next on the mother efforts. Oh, wait, let me conclude with wrap it up. The safest sex is no sex.
Oh, please. Who's the other states? Who the other two? What's the top 3? Did they not reveal that?
No, stop asking questions.
They keep it secrets. But see, that's the problem. They keep it secrets. Expose them all.
Girl,
I bet you it's Houston.
I'll try to look when we get into the next segment since I'm occupied right now. But anywho,
I don't think they listed it.
I was going to try to Google it. Yeah, providing our viewers with proper information. All right. Yes. Don't be nasty, guys. Let's make sure we're staying clean. All right. And next on the mother effing docket, we have North Carolina State University has officially launched an investigation into a cancer cluster of 150 people, including alumni and faculty linked back to the campus. Poe Hall building. Never heard of it or the school. Anywho, they have developed various forms of cancer, including lymphoma, thyroid, and breast cancer. How are we feeling about this new development, Carmen?
I think that's crazy. I want to actually pull up a specific detail about it, because it's like really spooky, because you just never really know where you've been. And just like overall, the laws and things that we've had, like when you really sit down and think about it, a lot of stuff was not like too long ago. Like when people be talking about like slavery wasn't that long ago, it really wasn't. Or like
this is
all
true.
This type of stuff that was in the history, but like it was not that far-fetched. So with this particular story, they said that the US placed a ban on the toxin because the building. Did we say what it was? No, we didn't. Okay.
Poe Hall building.
No. So I'm talking about what the building was made out of. So according to People, the building contained high levels of polychlorinated biphenyls. Y'all can go Google that. But a cancer-causing chemical. The US placed a ban on the dangerous toxin in 1979. The building was built in 1971. So any of these, it just makes me feel like any of these old schools, like you really don't know. And especially, unfortunately, like I don't know if this is an HBCU or anything, so sorry about that. But like I feel like with some of the HBCUs, we had limited resources. We had to do what we had. And I I don't know what they do with the money because I hear a lot of stories about people having mold in their lungs and doctor visits and all types of developments because of the living conditions that they're in. So, and that's to bash on our HBC. I love my people. I don't want to bash on my folk, but I just feel like, we should invest in giving our people better living, considering they paying that private tuition and, yeah, y'all like to be running around repping your set everywhere y'all go, but like what y'all doing to like fix it? So I just feel like, a lot of the buildings at these old schools need to be tore down and rebuilt or completely new renovate. No renovations. Tear down, build up a new building because cancer, this is gonna be a lawsuit. 150 people.
Yeah, I guess they can sue for conditions that cause the disease. But I wonder if like they can really do that because the people didn't know until now. So it's like, you're suing me, but I didn't even know like this was a thing.
No, they have a case because the U.S. put a ban after. Okay, so the building was built in 1971, but the U.S. put a ban on it in 1979.
Okay.
Whoever the hell, if you were a part of the building being built and you knew what the building was made out of, or even if like the news is breaking out that this toxin, what is commonly put in God knows what, just like how they were telling people like certain homes, if you buy a house, it's like when you go through buying a home, certain tier of homes that you purchase, they ask you, was this house built in this year? Because it possibly might have lead in it, and you have to get your house tested for lead. So there's no excuse. They should have had that stuff tested out and redone. So lawsuit.
Okay, per lawsuit. I did research. I'm sorry, guys. Circling back to the HIV thing, I did try to research the highest rates of HIV in the U.S., but the most recent thing I got was from 2020, but it was posted on April of 2023. But it was saying California, Texas, and Florida have the highest diagnoses. You didn't say Houston.
That's basically Atlanta these days. Go out there. You don't know.
No, for real. Why did I get on some Instagram today and I see somebody posting from Houston?
A lot of people move there. It's cheap to live there. My friends just sent me a. I'm sorry.
I said I think he was just partying.
But a lot of people from Atlanta have moved to Houston because it is cheaper to live there. That was one of the places I looked at moving to as well. It's just too big of a move for me. Like that's like a commitment. Like, baby, you out here. So I needed something small to start. But yeah, it's cheaper to live out there. My friends and I were actually just looking at a post on Instagram. I might have saved it in the Clapback folder or whatever, but it was talking about like places to live. No, I didn't save it then because I sent the thing about like people like millionaires, billionaires, and Houston was on the list. But this particular post was talking about just like buying power, and they said that you have more of a buying power in Houston. So that's why like a lot of people go out there because everything is bigger in Texas.
Okay.
Yes, babes.
Let's get into one of your faves of the Clapback. Drum roll, please.
Where is the sound effects?
Child, another week and she still don't have it together.
No, I'd be playing. It's not one of my priorities. It's really not.
Child, the messiest person this week is Raymonte, BD Trillo brother. Tell the people what happened, girl.
Will do. Sorry, I was looking at how to do the website, but they had background music instead of sound effects. Yeah. So with Raymonte, child. So it was his birthday not too long ago. And he went on a trip with another big TikToker. His name is DeAndre. I hope that's his name.
Yeah, he went with a lot of big TikTokers.
Okay, good. Well, DeAndre, the only one that I know, corporate baddie, because hello, me. So I really like his content. Well, I used to really like his content when I would dibble and dabble in TikTok. So I liked his content. I was surprised to see them linked up because I would not have guessed they would hang out. But cool. I mean, they both gay and they both big.
They link up all the time.
Oh, see, I never knew that. But yeah, so he went on a birthday trip or whatever, and everybody apparently was tuned in. I got a few stories sent to me from his birthday from people. So, but I didn't know like everyone was really tuning into his birthday. Like, good job, Raymonte. You have made a name for yourself, sort of. And this is where it gets sticky. So, birthday, and it was big, and apparently Essence covered his birthday in their publication. They wrote up an article basically saying how brands are missing out on like making money from, I guess, Black urban social media influencers. So that was basically like the gist of the article, basically just saying like a lot of people tuned in. He was brought in and they were like, a lot of people tuned into Raymonte's story. Like he had a big birthday trip. No brand sponsored it or anything like that, because now we are so used to these people having sponsored trips, or they're being flown out for a company or things like that. So they just basically shined a light on that. And so Raymonte was offended and he was like, I don't give a F or whatever. Like, y'all the same ones who don't give me a platform either. Neither does the BET Awards. Like, y'all call me urban and ghetto and this, that, and the third, but y'all don't invite me anywhere. And my birthday was fun, and it is what it is. Don't try to make me the face of the pity party or something like that. So he was upset. So once he responded with that, Essence deleted the damn post. I mean, on like just a side note, because that's not even the point. Side note, I felt like he shouldn't have reacted like that, because he could have just made it something different. But it is what it is. People ain't got managers. People ain't got no damn team. So you can only expect them to react how they would. But I mean, at his caliber, well, he doesn't have deals. I don't know, because I was going to say he should have management, but I don't know. I don't know how that works, but a lot of people seems like they have management these days. So I would think that he would have some. Anything so far that you want to add? Okay. So yeah, Essence basically went ahead and was like, F you, and deleted the entire article itself. And now it's nowhere to be found. Well, I'm sure it is, but like he has nothing to go back and be like, oh, I was featured in this platform or whatever. So this prompted him to get on TikTok because he was so upset, and he went on a rant basically talking about how, there's other ghetto people out there that have platforms, specifically Cardi B. And he was saying how they reached to big heights or whatever. But, he feels like he doesn't even act ghetto or things like that, or hood. And he doesn't understand why he's being labeled that way when people who don't look like him act worse than him and have more than him. And he name dropped Cardi B. So y'all know she's sensitive. Somebody put it on Twitter and was like, just say you don't like Cardi B. Y'all always like to use this whole pity, like whole narrative to summarize why you don't like Cardi B. Just say you don't like her. So then she came in and was like, oh my gosh, why am I always being brought up when we discussing ghetto, hood, this, that, and the third? Like, blah, 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 blah. She was basically like, why me, why me? So then Raymonte tapped in and was like, girl, I'm not even trying to come for you. I kept saying no offense in the video, but, admit it. You have a lot that other people who act like you don't. So she wouldn't admit it. They were going back and forth. Raymonte was kind of backtracking a little bit. Cardi B started bringing up other people. Well, Raymonte brought up Sexy Red and stuff, which I agree. I feel like Sexy Red has nothing compared to what the other girls have, because she has hit songs, but where has she been besides the BET Award with her stack of money and on tour with Drake? Ice Spice has been at the damn Met Gala, on Vogue, campaign with Alexander Wayne, etc. So I see the point there, but people was trying to turn a blind eye and start bringing up other stuff. The point was ultimately the whole point was getting missed. So then it started going super to the left. So he brings up Ice Spice. I mean, he brings up Sexy Red or whatever, and then next thing you know, Cardi B brings up Ice Spice because they start talking about the Mexican thing. And she's like, I'm not effing Mexican, I'm Dominican. And y'all know who Dominicans are. Y'all don't call Ice Spice, Zoe Zaldana, and all these other people Mexicans. So don't call me Mexican. I'm Dominican and black. Even though people are like, where is the black? Which I agree. I ain't seen no black in that girl family. But go off. So then Ice Spice was like, well, bitch, I'm being mentioned. I'm finna come in. So she came in and she was like, girl, my dad is black, which he is. Her daddy is Nigerian. So she's like, she's like, I have a visibly black dad. That's the difference. My mama Dominican, my daddy is black. Mm-hmm. That's the difference between us. And so then Cardi B was like, hold up. Because I didn't send for you. But kind of she did because she said her name. But she's like, well, since you here, talk about this. So she said what she needed to say or whatever on the situation. But then she was like, oh, yeah. And can you send me those pictures you took in your phone of you and me at the Vanity Fair party? Thanks, with the kissy face. And I was like, oh, that's something. And then Ice Spice posted the pictures. And they was very much, and I was just like, girl, you just got sunned because, like, bitch, no, I'm not posting them damn pics.
You and them pictures.
First of all, when was that party? Like 2-3 weeks ago, maybe even a month ago. Mm-hmm. And homegirl be posting when she at events. Them pictures was not posted for a reason.
Side
yeah, so I was just like, oh, Raymonte, you messy because you done made all this other stuff pop off that didn't nobody ask for. But thank you. Thanks for the mess.
Love you, Raymonte.
I like Raymonte.
Yeah, he's hilarious. I'm sorry, but I'm not. I like Raymonte. You know how they be like, they can never make me hate you. They could, but not now.
Look, I'm seeing her like, well, I ain't gonna say all that.
No, they could, but just not right now. I'm still very much enjoying him. He's so funny. He's really positive. He's just like positive in like a funny way. Like, you know, going up to people in Target, excuse me, ma'am, you look fine. So I don't know.
And he said that too. He was like, you know, my content uplifts people. Like, I tell people stay in school. I tell people who work 9 to 5 keep pushing the economy. So I was like, oh my goodness. But I understood his point. And I was like, you know, he has a funny way of going about it, but he doesn't make the work. I've seen much worse content. Like that racist ass man that we was talking about last week.
Oh.
The one that said Halle Bailey looked like E.T. And then talking about the mayor or whatever.
Okay, got you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Love you, Raymonte.
All right.
Topic time. So, why my phone not working? I'm sorry.
Okay. It's okay.
Okay, there it is. Okay. So this week we're going to talk about how many dates does it take for you to be locked down. They won't let you go in a relationship. So Carmen found a post on, was it Twitter or Instagram?
It was Instagram.
Okay, Carmen found a post on Instagram questioning how many dates should it take for, I guess, a man to then be serious and commit to the situation that he's in.
Or a woman.
Oh, true. Forgot. My bad, guys. But yeah, a man or a woman to commit into a situation with their quote unquote significant other or the person that they're courting. So what you feeling, girl? How many dates do you think it takes?
I I feel as though it all depends because, like, right now, with me being in my dating era, I there's been some people where I'm like, okay, this might could be something, and then there's other people where I'm like, this is not going to be anything.
Uh-huh.
I identify these people. It's not hard for me to identify these type of people. Like normally after the first date, I could tell if we gonna be cool or not. Like if the first date goes well, I'm like, all right, I want to see you again. Hopefully we talk some more, stuff like that. If we go on the first date and I could say it went well, but like we don't really talk like that. I feel like, maybe we'll go on a few more. Like I feel like a situation like that, I'd have to give you a little more chances because I feel like, okay, maybe we'll warm up a bit. Like now with us being older, it is like a little bit difficult to communicate, but I don't know. I'm just like the type, I do want to like talk on the phone with you, not every night, but like I would like for us to get on the phone. Like if we are talking on the phone, it ends up being like a long time that we talk, like we have things to talk about. Rather than like, okay, maybe we get on the phone, which I've had the situation. We got on the phone and it's kind of feeling like rushed, or it's kind of just like dry. And it's kind of just like, I'm like, I'm not feeling it. So with that situation, I might need like a little bit more to warm up or get you to warm up. Depends on how you are. But if it's like we go on the date, I ain't feeling you, and then like you're still trying to communicate, or like the communication is still like not even there, I don't want it. So like part of me, if I'm bored, like the other day I did this and as soon as I did it, I regretted it. I was bored and I hit up a dude that I already knew it wasn't going anywhere. But like I was just bored. And plus, I gotta have my own little like motive with him. So I'm trying to like keep him in my back pocket. Don't talk about me, y'all. I don't give a F. So
Talk about her.
I don't give a F. He ain't nothing to me. So anyway, Z. So what?
I said, so why you wasting his time then?
I'm not, well, hold on. I'm not wasting his time because I kept it frank with him. Because I was already like, I don't want to play with anybody's emotions because I've been accused of that. So I don't care. I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like you should be able to read vibes. If somebody is not giving you a vibe, well, people just so not, I just feel like people are not even self-aware. So how can I even expect them to damn understand? Anywho, you just really got to be blunt with people, I feel like, because they just will be in their own delusions. Coming from a delusional gal herself, you just got to be frank with people because they will just take it and run. I feel like I don't even be flirting. That's the other thing. Like, baby, I don't even flirt. I don't know how to. So even though people kind of say I'm naturally flirtatious. But I don't know how to flirt. I just be me. So I don't understand what you even liking about me, sir. But yeah, I was bored and I hit him up. And this is our fourth time hanging out, which our experience has been expedited because I was gone for a week. So this was our first time hanging out. And I went to his crib again. I've been to his house once. Went to his house again and was just sitting there watching some basketball with him and his dog. But like, I just wasn't feeling it. I was getting phone calls the whole time, which was kind of bad. And he was like, "You're over there on your phone." And I was like, whatever. So then I was just like, I'm just here because I'm bored and I need you to shut the F up. So let me stop being mean. But that's really how it was. I just want to go to the golf course and play hockey.
She's a user.
I mean, really, I could do these things without him. So, like, I don't need him. But
exactly,
it would just be nice to go with someone who's into those things because it's like, okay, he will teach me some stuff. But I already let him know from the get-go because, okay, at first we were talking. I wasn't feeling it. What made me stop feeling him? He just had a few social cues that just were like throwing me off. I was like, this ain't gonna work. So once I got back in town and he was blowing my phone up about coming to see him, I was like, this ain't gonna work. One, because I did get permanent with my job. And, I have a lot of projects that are coming up and a lot of projects that I'm working on currently. Like there's no room for error. Like it is, all eyes are on me. I have to perform. So I really just don't have the time to be playing around with him. I've been working late. So by the time that I'm done with work, it's basically 8 o'clock. Well, like 7-ish, 8-ish. I barely got time to even go for an evening walk. So I'm just like, I told him with me, and he didn't even congratulate me when I told him, because when we went on the date and I told him that I was interviewing for a new role or whatever, he was like, oh, you're going to get it and blah, 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 blah. The typical talk. Then when I told him, like, hey, in the midst of me cutting him off, I got the role or whatever, like I'm busy. Yeah.
I said, that's why you was cutting him off.
I don't care. And he's a Virgo, so he's a brat. So he's a brat. So when I was telling him or whatever, like, yeah, I'm just really, really busy. I ended up getting the role. And like, I kind of jumped the gun. I just moved to the city. I don't want anything serious. I felt like I made that kind of clear on my profile. So, and plus we never really discussed what we wanted. I just think because he's older, he just assumed that I want that. But really, I wanted sugar daddy relationship. JK, that wasn't even discussed, because he ain't got no sugar to give me. He just somebody to hang out with, and he was showing me around town. So like, I just feel like we'll be better off friends. Like I really just wanted genuine friendship, because when we hang out, it's cool. Like St. Patrick's Day was a vibe, but romantic. And he was trying to kiss me. I was like,
oh no.
I was like, Brad, we just can't do this.
Not you say his name?
That is not his name.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, girl, you must have forgot the rules of the pod. Sip your wine.
So how many days do you feel you need to go on before making a decision?
I don't know, because my whole situation. So that's like, how long do people court you before they get in a relationship with you? Because I know some people say like, oh, by like 3 to 5 months, or maybe 3 to 6 months, if they're not in a relationship or that person doesn't ask them, or like, there's no inkling towards a relationship, then they're kind of over it. Like they might ask like, hey, what's going on? Why haven't you asked me out yet? Type thing. But I know one of my line sisters was telling me about how she had like a set period of time where I guess she expected to be in a relationship with the person. And then when that time came and they weren't in a relationship, she was like, okay, well, I'm going to have a conversation around this time to ask them like what's going on or whatever. And they did end up having the conversation. Excuse me. And the guy was like, oh, it's coming soon. Like, don't worry about it, whatever. Child, it's been 5 months after that conversation, and it's about to hit a year next month, and they're still not in a relationship, but they still talking to each other. So I don't know. I personally don't know how dates are quote unquote spaced out. Like, are they asking like 3 dates and then we should be together, and then like the 3 dates are like once a month type thing, or like, what's tea? I need to be educated.
So let's read some of the comments.
Yeah,
so someone said each situation is different. That's between you and that person, in my opinion.
I see that comment.
Yeah, that's an easy cop out. Another person says 1 date. If it goes good, I'll be ready for marriage. Okay, she's just crazy.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like she was being funny.
No, yeah, I think that was a troll.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this girl said, after that 1 day, I knew we was official. Now we on year 4, baby on the way. But are you engaged or married? Please let me know, girl. Because y'all quit to talk about how y'all pregnant, but don't nobody had no ring on their fingers. So what's really tea? Y'all can pop out them kids, but y'all ain't good for the wedding bills. Let me know something.
Girl, this person 8 years, because people start showing their true colors at 5.
I saw that.
Yeah,
and that's a long time.
No, okay, that's definitely a long time. But that's so true. Like, honestly, and that's how I've been feeling with like marriage and stuff too. Like, it's so spooky because people, they change. Like, you don't know, especially when you're like growing with somebody. It's like they can be completely different from who they were when you first got together. And it's just like, damn, like, do I love this person that you have become? You know, because now it's kind of like I'm dating someone new. And it could be vice versa as well. Like maybe certain things that I put up with before, I'm not putting up with now. So it's just like things can change. Though I don't feel like it should take that long to make you my damn girlfriend, boyfriend. I feel like I can understand that type of mindset for an engagement. Like, okay, we got to get married. Like, I feel like boyfriend, girlfriend, I feel like you can make somebody your girlfriend, boyfriend after like, because I need to be comfortable with you. I like to say 6 months to a year. I really do.
Would you wait a year though for someone to ask you out?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think I could. Like, if I'm already like, it's just me rocking with you, like it becomes one of those things where it's like it's an understanding. And it's so crazy because like I'm always the type, I normally am like, ain't no understanding. Like if there ain't no title on it, like it ain't nothing. But if you really feel that way, like I really just feel like if you feel that way about somebody and you know, like, okay, like we're growing together, like we're actually taking these steps, like he only with me, I'm only with him. We always texting and on the phone, like it's this is my world type thing. Not like this is my world, like in a toxic way. But you get what I'm saying? Like there's no room for others. So I'd be okay with that.
You would be surprised, girl.
I feel like you would know though. As a woman, you know.
Side eye. I don't know.
As a woman, you always know when somebody else is there. I gotta do it on my line right now. I already know there's another person in the picture. Like I just feel like it's a woman's instinct. You don't think that?
I mean, I do, but I'm just thinking about instances where I don't feel like getting into this. Sorry.
This is the topic.
I'm so sorry. I'm gonna read some more comments. Next on this, someone says, after she has our second child, I think we can have the talks about going official. There we go again, popping out babies with no titles. Why would you want someone to have your child, but you don't want to make things official with them? That just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't get it. Like Carmen said, a couple phone calls can tell you what you're about to be dealing with not if you can listen closely enough. Child, she listening to the background to see what the F is see, okay?
No, I get what she's saying. Like in between certain things that they say, like certain things people say, you kind of like, okay, I see your mindset.
Yeah, because like that crazy man that thought I didn't have any legs over there asking me about like, I feel like he was one of those people that was trying to be like, I don't want to say different because not everyone is into it, but a lot of people are into that astrology and all that type of stuff. And he was asking me, you know how like people, they're into like that stuff with the different stones and this means this and all this stuff like that. I feel like he was like trying to get into that and was like asking me if I believed in that type of stuff and all this stuff like that, like the whole universe and all
That's
this
spiritual
stuff. Okay, he was asking me all that and I was just like, but then at the same time he was sounding kind of dumb when he was trying to ask me certain questions. So I'm like, do you even know what you're talking about? Like, you trying to ask me? I don't think so. You trying to ask me about this, that, and the third, but you can't even get some of your sentences out right. I just I wasn't feeling it. From the conversation, the first conversation I had with him, I was like, oh yeah, no, this is not going anywhere. And then I think the second time we got on the phone, that was when I was just like, Yeah, no. And that's the night he pissed me off. But yeah, after we got on the phone the first time, after that, he kept asking me like, call me when you free, call me when you free. And I was not doing it because I didn't want to get back on the phone with him. Because I knew like I wasn't feeling it. And then oh, and I think did he send me that picture? No, that was the second time we got off the phone. Then he sent me the picture and I was like, yeah, I'm definitely not feeling this. So because sometimes when they cute, you try to kind of make it work a little bit, but I wasn't feeling it, so I wasn't trying to make nothing work.
Yeah.
But yeah, girl.
You have to definitely trust your gut and your intuition. If you feeling like if you just feel like nah, this ain't gonna work, just listen to it because it is probably a warning. Mm-hmm. Like Pieces Pieces and all them other people who said, stuff wasn't going right or they felt like things weren't adding up. Mm-hmm. It's not. Get your bags and go. Mm-hmm. End it here. Don't keep being curious. End it.
Yeah. Don't wait for the other shoe to drop, baby.
So what type of dates do you feel qualify? Everybody keeps getting into these debates on what is a date and what isn't. We discussed a few episodes ago about dates or like what is a proper place to take someone as a date. So what do you think?
Not anything you guys can do together, but like, I would say restaurant dates, of course, like dinner dates, something fun, active, like not paintballing. Y'all can't talk for real during paintballing. Bowling. What else is active? Oh, I like those little spin art days, like planting pottery dates, like stuff like that. That's cool. Like you guys can make something and talk while you do it or whatever. I'm not really a date girly, so I'm not too sure. Movies you can't talk, but I mean, if you guys plan on like getting something to eat, I guess after or before you guys can talk then, and I mean talk after about the movie type thing. I have been to the movies before, and after the movie, I spent like 2 to 3 hours sitting outside talking to the person. So it's all about like the vibe or whatever. I feel like anything can qualify as a date as long as you're with that person and you're vibing and you guys are having a good time. What do you think qualifies as a date, girl?
I agree with pretty much everything you said, except for the last statement when you start saying as long as y'all spend time together, because I'm like, not really. Because like for me, I feel like a date is if I'm like, I have to be getting dressed. I'm sorry. Like if I'm getting dressed, then yeah. But like if we spending time like, you just coming over.
Well, not just coming over type thing.
Okay, well, we're going to a mutual friend's house for like maybe a pregame and then maybe we're going to the bar or something. Mm-hmm. That I'm getting dressed for that. But to me, that's not a date, of course, because it's kind of like, okay, we're just kicking it. Like to me, this is a hangout. Like St. Patrick's Day with homeboy, that was hangout. That wasn't a date. It was just like, oh, okay, we're hanging out today. But prior to that, when I thought we were just like, hanging out, it was kind of more so a date because we went out to a place. Well, it was a bar. The game was on, but like we sat down, ate type thing. Still was having conversation. So to me, that was more so considered a date. But yeah, I feel as though a date is if you need to get dressed, get cute, y'all both going somewhere, and he paying. I'm just playing. But no, like y'all both go. And it's kind of just like it is interactive or it is something different. Maybe like you guys haven't done. I do enjoy it if we do something we haven't done before. One of the other persons has not ever done. And it's just fun and commentary. I like a good movie date. It's not going to be the first date. It might not even be the second. I don't know when I'm going on a movie date, actually, because I like the movies and I like discussing movies after. Mm-hmm. So I don't know when I would want to do that though, because like the whole time, well, hopefully we're talking on the phone. Because if we're talking on the phone, then I'm okay with going to the movies. But if it's like we haven't really spoken on the phone before, I don't want to go to the movies because it's just like, I mean, do I want to discuss the movie with you? I want to go to the movie with somebody where I know, like, okay, we gonna have some stuff to chat about. Like, you're gonna have a conversation with me. I don't want nobody who is already, I don't even know if you talk for real. So
you're gonna be on a date with a mime.
Right. After the movie, he like, it's good.
That's all you had to say. We've been
Like,
sitting
that would irritate me. Like, come on, let's dive deep. Like, what was your favorite part? What was the least favorite part? What did you think about da-da-da? Did you peep this or do this little clue? Like, come on, let's analyze. Let's get in it.
Mm-hmm. Let's get into it, y'all. Hey, I haven't said that in a long time, guys.
Not.
Oh my gosh, I need to get back on it.
I don't think the people missed it.
Ooh, jump scare, baby. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, let's wrap it the F up.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know. I saw someone comment and say, like, I don't think it's the number of dates per se to where people need to ask you out type thing. I just think it all depends on if you guys are vibing or not, because one person might be vibing and the other one might, and you sit here waiting to be asked out because y'all have been on 4 dates and the other person is trying to figure out how they can cut you off. So I don't think we should limit it to the number of dates. My personal opinion, like I said, as long as you guys are vibing, growing together, I think that's very important. Growing together and loving one another, that's when you guys know that you should make it official.
Yeah, I agree 100% with what you said.
Okay, per. So let's get to the effing clapback, girl. Who you coming back at?
This week, I am going to, let's see, did anything crazy happen? Oh, I have positive clapbacks for myself. I don't know about nobody else. But one, I finally got myself a planner, guys. I know we are 4 months into the new year. Baby, it was a struggle. I went up in the store. I thought, well, when I used to work at Home Goods, there was planners all year round. So I went to TJ Maxx. This was in the clearance section. All by its lonesome.
It looked like a book.
All by its lonesome. I mean, this obviously wouldn't have been my first pick, but this is what they had. So I had to do with what I was dealt, and I'm happy because I feel good. What finally made me realize, like, you know what, Carmen, you just need to go ahead and get you a planner, is because I went to a yoga flow on Saturday, and the Eventbrite thing said it was at 12. Why did it save in my phone for 1? So I was late. And I'm just like, I don't have time for the phone to keep making me late to stuff. At first, when I used to use my calendar, my phone calendar, when I was younger, I noticed it would be an hour off, and I never understood why. So that's why I was always turned off by the phone thing, and I liked having a planner. So, and then plus I sit at a desk all day. I feel like having a planner just makes more sense because, like, I look at the planner. So, yeah, but when I did not get a new planner for Christmas, and nobody got me one. So I was just like, okay, well, I'm going to attempt to use my phone calendar like the kids do. So for 4 months, I feel like that, 3 months, I feel like that is a long enough test. Was late to probably more than enough things than I was on time to. So we had to cave in and go ahead and get ourselves a planner. And I am happy. And God made sure that there was just one there for me, because I tell y'all, this was the only thing up in that store. I could not believe it. And then my second clapback, I am finally about to get back in the gym. I found myself a gym to go to, but this is really temporary. I used to go to Barn boot camps back in Georgia. So when I got up here, there was one near the house. They were running a special for $69 for 4 weeks, and I get unlimited classes. So I was like, okay, we're just going to start out with that, and then we could tackle the monster going on, because the other trainers that I found, it's like 200 to 250 for unlimited. And I just don't think I could commit to that because that's steep, especially when I'm already paying for a $200 storage unit in Georgia that I need to go minimize. So I'm just like, I'm not trying to commit to nothing 200 nothing. So, yay, small victories.
Okay, I'm clapping back at my mom this week because why did my homegirl buy a grill last week and she had no way of getting it home?
Oh, people do that.
So she bought a grill last week and they told her she had until today, which is Thursday, April the 4th, 404 day, as the girls were chanting earlier today. Yeah, they told her she had by today to come and get it, and she didn't know anyone that could come and get it. So I'm like, why would you buy a grill and you don't know how it's getting home? That just don't make no sense. And you getting upset because nobody can go get it, but you knew that before you bought it. So I had to be harassing my friends with trucks to go get that goddamn grill. One of them went and got it yesterday. And child, it's all bent up and stuff. Now she gotta unassemble it and reassemble it to figure out why it's all not bent up, but it's like twisted, it's like slanted, or I don't freaking know. I said maybe because it couldn't really fit in her truck. So it's just a lot going on with that. Yeah, I'm happy to hear her.
Truck or a somewhat big car.
Huh?
I said at least you knew someone with a truck or a somewhat big car.
Oh yeah. So yeah, she's getting clapped back at because you was sitting here talking about how you wanted this grill for 8 years. You had 8 years to figure out how to get it home, and you didn't. Girl, the place is literally 2 minutes up the street, so she didn't even want to do that. So when we couldn't get it out the trunk yesterday, I said we would have been better off rolling it down the street.
I was just about to say, if it's just 2 minutes down the road, I probably would have walked it.
Girl, we should have, but you know, them little windy roads by my house, somebody would have got me. But yeah, that's it for me, child. Camille's tired and she gotta go to work tomorrow. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. I almost said Twitter. Follow us on Instagram at theclapbackcc. My Instagram is Camille_loves. Carmen's is car.xo. Follow us on TikTok at theclapbackcc. Send us an email, theclapbackcc@gmail.com. Fill out the Google form if you want to. Text us if you do. Text us if you don't. I think that's it.
And then email if you fill out the Google form.
Ciao. Bye, guys.
Bye.